Hi guys, in today's audio vlog, I wanna discuss whether Formula One is becoming boring and give my suggestions on how it could be improved. Yes, Formula One is definitely becoming more boring based on the French Grand Prix last weekend. I mean, we didn't have any racing, but for me, it started way back in Canada and even before then, because love it or hate it, I think the penalty given to Sebastian Vettel by the stewards was totally unjustified. So I reckon the rules need to be rewritten. I mean, what I don't understand is, I mean, in British touring car, for example, or even MotorGP, we have wheel banging and all the time, and I can't remember them getting a penalty all the time. So, and isn't that what we all want to see? I mean, fair enough, there has to be some rules, but I mean, they seem to be sorting it out in other motorsports. So why can't they sort it out in Formula One? And the second thing that I can't stand are these modern tracks that have got tarmac runoff areas where the drivers do not get punished if they leave the track, or even some of them even intentionally go over the curbs and damage their cars just because they seem to think it's quicker and they gain an advantage. I mean, how many people went over the curbs that in today's free practice sessions in Austria, and the costs of the damage for running over these curves must be absolutely sky high. So I think I don't understand why the FIA isn't having a zero tolerance rule on going off track limits. I mean, it would because at the minute they're just wasting money. Because as I said, they all complain that, or everybody complains that the costs are too high. But yet they are allowed to damage front wings and under the floors. So why don't we just get the drivers to pay for it instead of the teams? You know what I mean? But we just want more open racing, don't we? I mean, we want a situation where a Leicester City i.e. a Force India is able to fight for wins on a regular basis, or at least fight at the front. But at the minute, we don't have that because of the costs. So my suggestion would be to cut the costs to about $100 million per season, American dollars that is. But and they've got to, that's got to cover everything, and then it would become a race of who can actually do the best job with that 100 million over the season, rather than who can do the best job with unlimited amounts of money. So I think that would make it more interesting. The second thing I would bring back is refueling, because as Nico Rosberg says, I mean, the drivers at the minute have to save fuel, and I don't think that's the spirit of Formula One. I mean, we want the drivers to go flat out. I mean, I do agree with him that safety is paramount. However, I mean, I'm pretty sure the brains of Formula One can figure out a system how that can be done. Because we don't want anybody getting hurt or injured. So safety has got to be paramount. I disagree with Nico Rosberg when it comes to active suspension, because we want the driver to have more control of the car, rather than the car being driven by the engineers, or even doing it with artificially. So my suggestion would be to have a button where the driver can manipulate the right height during the race as he sees fit. And yeah, I would just, because do I think Formula One is boring at the minute? Yes, it is, but we always gonna have a couple of these boring races, because unless the rules are gonna get changed, and I think the FIA and the commercial rights holders, the Liberty Media, need to be less influenced by the teams, i.e. give them less power, because at the end of the day, I think they are the rule makers. So if the teams don't like it, they can leave. I mean, I understand their point, their reasoning for being in it, but it needs to have one person that is in control, and then they can either sign up for it or piss off. You know what I mean? It's that simple. So we want to have a situation where any driver, whether it's a Mercedes or Williams, is able to drive, fight for victories. You know what I mean? And tell me one Formula One fan who wouldn't like to see a Force India fighting or Racing Point, as they're now known, fighting for the championship. I mean, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? Well, at the minute, that is not going to happen because of the funding. So as it is. I mean, Formula One really needs to look at it because if they don't do nothing about it, everybody is gonna stop watching Formula One, and then Liberty Media have got nothing to promote, and they're in a crap situation. So, what are your thoughts about it? Let me know in the comments below. Cheers for listening, and I'm out of here. Bye.
Thank you guys for watching the video. Why not check out my latest upload, which you can find by the side of me. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.